Hi everyone, it's Matthew from DotBunny. Just thought I'd show off the object pooling feature inside the Hydrogen Core module. So I'm just going to open up the Unity here. Now I've just imported the Hydrogen as it is on the asset store right now, so you can kind of see that there isn't much to it. There's a few libraries just sitting there. So I'm going to open up the object pooling demo scene, and in here I just got some reference pieces, nothing too fancy, just so I have some points of reference. And so on the object pool, I'm just going to throw an object pool script. On here you have a few options. You have auto pool, which we'll talk about later, and you have preload amount 5, which means that any object by default you add outside of the actual inspector will automatically preload 5 unless you give it a different variable. Same thing with the other options, spawning more of them if it needs to, or they use the send message feature of Unity. Now, it's slow, and we don't like it, and it's great for JavaScript, but not great for other languages like C#. So if you want to use it, you can. We have it there available to you, but we strongly suggest you instantiate our object pooling item class, but we'll get to that after. So I'm going to add a object here. Just going to add the blue cube. Nothing fancy to it. Preload 20 of them and spawn more if needed. So in theory, all this is going to do is just pop 20 of these babies in, and look at that, just like that, nothing to it. Cool. But we want to actually see something go on, right? So the spawner object over here. So there's a little script I have. Nothing major to it. This is just telling us to actually spawn. And so every update, you just call the object pool, the instance of it, and you spawn the prefab, so the game object. So I'm going to go over here and tell it to use the blue cube. And there we go. So now, you're probably going, oh, what's going on? Where are they? Well, they're all down there, actually. There's just a lot of them over there, almost like particle effect. So we're going to stop that, and we're going to actually expand out our script here. So we want it to actually spawn at the location of this thing here. So position, and we're going to do a random here. Random. Oops, gotta learn to spell too. Rotation. There we go. And let's see how that looks. Cover. Oh, there we go. Now we can actually see some stuff happening. Now, it's just going to create tons of them because there's no disappearance, right? So we want to reuse some of these things. And this is where the items come in. Now, it's an extensible class based off of a class in the library. In this case, all this does is this one has got a lifespan, so it waits for whatever time it's set, and then they despawn. These are just overriding abstract functions, so instead of using send events, we just use functions that we know of. As well as we have this little thing down here, which is the waiting for particles, which is kind of neat. But that's out of the scope of what I'm showing here. We'll just leave that alone. So we're just going to drag that onto our blue cube over here. And now behold, we're just going to give them a lifespan of 0.75. Hit run. Now you're going to see it's going to try to keep up, but you can see it's starting to keep up. It's got enough. And you can see that all just kind of spilling out there. So that's kind of how that works in a nutshell. Some cool stuff. But, being as good as we are, doing what we love to do, we weren't happy with this as an object pooler. I mean, really. You can see the rest of them on the asset store. They all kind of do this. Not good enough for us. So we're going to get rid of the object pooler. Flat out get rid of it. And we're going to go back into our script here. And we're just going to say on start, object pool, instance, add. And we're going to call it the prefab. That's it. And lo and behold, it works. So we've also made it so you don't really actually need to have an object pooling object in there. We'll automatically take care of it, initialize everything for you. What else can we do? Let's see. Well, obviously this has other features to it, the preloading and all those sorts of things you can handle. Nothing major there. But, I was thinking maybe we want to just add a whole bunch of stuff to this. Yes, I know, my naming conventions are fantastic. And my spelling is atrocious. Alright, So, where I'm going to go. And, you know, we're just going to do randoms, I guess. You know what? We're going to cheat a bit too. So we're going to make this a little more efficient as well. Usually when you pass spawn, it has to use a lookup table to find what is going on. But in our case, we're going to change it up so it knows exactly what it's doing. Here, same thing. You know what? I'm kind of lazy. Maybe this will be a feature later. I'll make it so you can pass arrays. Oh, that would be kind of neat. Alright. So, yeah, I'll do that after this video. I'll just make it so you can pass an array of objects too. Be fun. Why not? So in here, we're going to have it go. And we're going to have prefab. So what I'm doing here is the index of the pool. When you call spawn, has to be looked up when you just pass it a game object, which is the prefab there. But if you pass it the integer index number, you cut yourself out and to use the lookup table. Just a little tweak we liked, and you know it actually looks a lot better. Gave us a significant speed increase. So we're gonna do range. And call this the 0 and all we have to do then is tell it to spawn prefab. Oh, see, it would have been nice if I had the array, right? Oh wait, I do. I'm just gonna go prefab. There we go. That should give us some random colors, hopefully. Oh yes, gotta put these in. But wait, you're probably going, you haven't added them to the actual thing. I know. I'm risking it. Let's see what happens. Does it automatically add them? I think so. The red ones. It's like crunch. Oh yeah, our red boxes don't have any rigid bodies on them. That's kind of cool actually. Well, you know what, we'll add a rigid body on that. Just make it so it's proper, you know. Gotta have everything proper. So, but these guys, you know, the blue guys have our script on it, so we might as well add that onto those too. That on the green, and we'll add that onto red. And we'll make the red ones have a lifetime of 1, and the green ones have a lifetime of... I'm feeling 0.5. That should be a little more interesting. There you go. See, now everyone's moving around and everyone's happy and everyone's super duper. Interesting how it always starts to go down at the end there. So that's kind of how the object pool works, and you kind of see everything goes here. We're looking for input. We'd love to get feedback on what people would like to see, what they'd like to do with it, because you know we're all about making these tools for you guys. We love making tools. It's like our favorite thing to do. So give us some feedback, and hopefully we'll be seeing you soon for the next little tutorial, which will involve this guy here, which is a great asset off the asset store, involving a Foley system, which will make sounds and all sorts of great stuff dynamically for you, so you don't have to do anything. Alright, take it easy.